Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. If you happen to live in Germany, I pity you. I really do. I'm so sorry your country is so absolutely ridiculous, bureaucratic, encrusted in red tape, embarrassing, and even worse, I'm so sorry for you that there's so many entrenched interests in the automotive industry that you will see astonishingly stupid things appearing in the mainstream media. Case in point today, a recent article that instructs people how to bet against Elon Musk. Now, let's just take a pause here before we even get into this article. Of all the people you want to bet against, I literally have merch on the merch store. Don't bet against Elon, one of my best selling products. Why? Because people resonate with the message. Do you really want to bet against one of the smartest humans on earth with an incredible track record of executing and doing things no one has ever done before? No, really. Let's take a moment to think about this. Of all the dopey, in fact, moronic things you could possibly do, every possible action you could possibly take as a human being in this universe with the current laws of physics, one of the single dumbest actions you could possibly take, in my opinion, is to bet against Elon. And yet some dingbat in a German newspaper recently has instructed readers on how to do exactly that. Now, I could be speculating here, I don't have any evidence, but I do have to ask the question. Is it possible the author of this article is a moron? Probably. Is it also possible that maybe there's some vested interest there in Germany? Obviously, we know they've got a pretty big automotive industry heavily entrenched in internal combustion engine technology. A little bit hostile to this new player Tesla that's going to put them all out of business. Is it possible there's some corruption going on behind the scenes? I don't know, just thinking out loud here. Because I really do have to question why on earth anyone would be so stupid, so dumb, so moronic to literally publish an article in a newspaper instructing people how to do one of the dumbest things you could possibly do in our universe, to bet against Elon. So, with that said, let's get into the video. And by the way, if you're a snowflake, if you're easily offended, probably not the video for you. I won't be pulling any punches here. Heads are going to fucking roll, and I will be ruthless in sharing my actual opinions. I'm not going to censor anything. It is what it is. I have my opinions. I'm going to state them, and if you don't like it, see you in the next video. I'm going to be ruthless. And by the way, since I know there's a lot of crypto lovers watching, and people who like free stuff, it's your lucky day. For a limited time, you can get up to $250 in free crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, where you can use cryptocurrency to earn interest, borrow cash, and buy or sell crypto. If you want your free crypto, use the link in the description. It also helps out the channel. And if you'd like up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $250 just for opening an account. And if you fund your account with $100, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $1,600. Unless you don't like free stocks, that is. And if you're in Australia, the UK, or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake, also using the link in the description. Let's get back to it. So I guess I should give you guys some context as to why I'm currently in Mike Tyson mode. First of all, a couple of weeks ago, I want to be really clear. I want to make sure I use the correct words here. I don't want to mince my words. I want to make sure that the message gets across here. The incompetent, dangerous morons at Consumer Reports published some FUD and spread some lies and misinformation about Tesla, implying and suggesting that their autopilot software was dangerous, that it was easy to cheat the system, and they in fact showed people how to do exactly that. They did multiple illegal things in a car to show people how unsafe the system was. Now, I have my suspicions there that something's going on behind the scenes. The Ford Foundation may or may not provide some of their funding. There may be some ties to GM. I don't know. It just so happens that they pointed out that Ford and GM had better systems than Tesla, which is kind of a bit odd. But anyway, the point is, I just couldn't let that one slide. I had to make a video about it. Then a couple of weeks later, we get some FUD out of Germany. Also, untrue FUD suggesting that the Berlin Gigafactory has been delayed by 6 months. Again, this was untrue. And the straw that broke the camel's back, of course, is this article in the German newspaper from this guy or girl, I'm not sure. These days it can be whatever you want, so I think it's a guy, but I don't want to assume. So in either case, we've had a succession of unreasonable FUD targeting Tesla, and I'm done. Can't let this shit slide. So I just want to give you guys some context as to why I'm so passionate about this topic. It's not just one thing, it's not just two, it's 3 really serious things in a row. And why am I so passionate? Why do I care so much about what people say in the newspaper? Well, here's the deal. If you instruct and suggest to people how to bet against Elon, and then you read the comments on the article, which I've done, and literally people have shorted Tesla stock as a direct result of this, I know for a fucking fact that most of these people are going to lose practically all of the money involved in their short position. It's just an absolutely incredibly dumb thing to do. So, the reason that I'm so fired up and passionate about this, it's nothing personal towards the author. I don't know who this idiot is, other than the fact that they say some dumb shit at least once in their life. But I know people are going to lose money, and that to me is a problem. That is why I'm so fired up. That's why I'm so passionate about this. I don't care about people having their opinions. That's totally fine. When your opinion also comes with some instructions on how to lose a catastrophic amount of money, that's where we have to draw the line, and that's where I just can't stay quiet. So with that said, let's look at what this genius had to say. How to Bet Against Elon Musk by Daniel Moron. Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce that surname there. Sorry, Daniel. I'm doing my best. I don't really speak German natively, and so yeah. Anyway, I really just want to take a pause here. I mean, this... Imagine being the person who writes the article and publishes it publicly, right? There's no getting away from this now. The internet never forgets, Daniel. Telling people how to bet against Elon Musk. I mean, can we please just let that sink in for a while? As I said, one of my best-selling t-shirts, pieces of merch on the merch store is exactly that message on not to bet against Elon. I mean, anyway, let's move on. And by the way, guys, this is using Google Translate, so the English to German translation won't be perfect. Let's read. Daimler makes more profit, sells more cars, and is still a dwarf compared to Tesla on the stock exchanges. It does not have to stay like this. Almost sounds like a call to arms, doesn't it? Hey, let's bring the value of Tesla down. Now, of course, I'm speculating here, but to me, that kind of sounds like, hey, hit your German readers in the heart, right? Daimler, local brand, great. This huge, big US company, they're so much more valuable on the stock exchanges, but it doesn't have to stay that way. Now, read on and we can explain how to bring that value down. Again, a little bit of speculation here, but I mean, it's not a great start to the article. So, let's read on. And by the way, before we get too far into this, I just want to point out, this is in a German newspaper, right? This isn't like some investment firm that seems to have a thesis on, right? This is like a mainstream publication and going to a large demographic of readers, a lot of general readers out there who might have read a few headlines. I mean, let's be honest, okay, let's just take a step back. I'm going to say this is very offensive, and it's also true. I have to say it, okay? The average IQ of somebody who relies on the mainstream finance media to get their opinions, to get spoon-fed information, etc., honestly has to be at least one, maybe even two standard deviations lower than somebody who seeks out their own information, isn't exactly trusting of the mainstream, and tries to get to the source. Now, look, I know that's controversial, but guess what? It's also fucking true. So keep in mind that many of the people reading this article probably aren't the sharpest tool in the shed, so to speak, which makes it all the more dangerous. Tesla is currently worth around 500 billion euros on the stock exchange. Even the first glance shows that's quite a lot. I absolutely agree here. The second look doesn't make it any better. It shows first quarter sales of 10 billion and a profit over 400 million with approximately 184,000 cars sold. The third look is at Daimler. The first quarter sales were 5 times that of Tesla. Now, again, I just want to jump in here. Hey, Daniel Moron. Sorry, dude. I'm really struggling with that last name, Daniel. Do you think it's relevant whether or not these companies are growing their quarterly deliveries, their sales? Do you think that's important at all, or that's totally irrelevant? Because generally speaking, the stock market likes growth. If a company is growing fast, generally speaking, you'll have a relatively high valuation. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there because, again, if you've got a low IQ and you read this article and you don't really understand how things work, and again, I'm not trying to be insulting, I'm just being honest here. If you're not a sophisticated investor, you're reading this in the newspaper, you're not super smart because, I mean, you're reading the newspaper for your information, you may not realize that growth is actually an important factor. So Daniel here is pointing out some numbers, some facts, some things that are true, but the inference there is that, well, hang on, Tesla's only selling this many cars, but they're worth this much. That does not make sense. And he's failing to point out the fact that they're growing at an insane rate. But let's just ignore that. Let's read on. And the profit, 10 times as high. So Daimler on the stock exchange, let's stay conservative, should be valued at 2,200 billion euros, 2.2 trillion euros, a factor of 4 compared to Tesla. Now, again, I mean, Daniel Moron, like if you don't think very much, you look at the numbers, you go, oh my gosh, he's right. He's got a great point. I'm going to go short Tesla stock. And this is why this article is so dangerous. He's completely ignoring the growth and everything else. So anyway, let's move on. Translation's not perfect here, but I'll read verbatim. We'll figure it out. But a mistake in thinking by the markets? Question mark. Why should a 7-fold market value for Tesla be justified with only a tenth of the profit? Yes, the future is traded on the stock exchange. Good on you, Daniel, for acknowledging this. Growth, the future, very important. But Daimler has just presented a very chic electric car. Oh yeah, that's right. Thanks, Daniel, for pointing out the competition is coming. Are the markets just too stupid? Oh man, he's just asking to be wrecked here, man. Oh Jesus, dude. Is the author just too stupid? As an investor, the question arises as to whether the markets are simply too stupid to correctly assess the Daimler prospects, or whether they totally misjudged Tesla. Or how about an alternative? Maybe the market has correctly assessed both Daimler and Tesla. But you didn't think of that, did you, Daniel? Now I'm going to skip ahead here. The English is a little bit broken because of the Google Translate. But my interpretation of what Daniel Moron is saying here effectively is that we want to concentrate on Tesla being valued too high versus Daimler being undervalued. That's kind of the gist of what he's saying here. And now he also pulls a quote. I'm not sure exactly who it's from, but it is in quotation marks. So apparently it's an actual quote saying Tesla is a very popular short, say the banks, which again, saying it without saying it. It's like, well, the banks say it's a popular short. Therefore, if it's popular, it must be good, right? Because popular always means good. And because it's coming from banks, it's much more credible, right? Interesting they didn't quote an actual bank, but let's move on. That shouldn't hold us back now. On the contrary, only by joining forces can it finally succeed in bringing the magician of the markets, who Elon Musk undoubtedly still is, to his knees. Okay, Daniel, my friend. Daniel, is there some corruption here? Is somebody paying you? Or are you just projecting some of your insecurities onto Elon? Elon Musk, the magician of markets. This kind of suggests that, hey guys, let's bring Elon Musk to his knees. This sounds a little bit personal. I mean, this is not about Tesla right now. We're talking about bringing him to his knees. I'm bringing Elon to his knees. So let's take a close look at our weapon. Wait, now he's telling people what weapon to use to bring Elon to his knees. Now, again, I want to just take a step back. This is in a fucking newspaper, instructing people on how to bring Elon to his knees using a weapon, short selling the stock. This is just so bizarre. Let's continue. Now he's giving some information on how to short. From an investor's point of view, it has a certain charm because it's relatively easy to understand. If the Tesla share price breaks, as in collapses, and that's what we expect, by 10%, our turbo short gains 50%. So with the magic of being short, you can get outsized returns if Tesla's stock price collapses, which Daniel Moron and whoever else we believe is actually going to happen. Yes, it could happen, but if I was betting, I wouldn't be betting that that's going to occur. He goes on to say, if Tesla slips to the pathetic Daimler level in terms of the valuation, the multiple, our secret weapon wins 427%. So this is really encouraging people. Hey, they're reading, oh my gosh, I can make 427% if Tesla, oh my gosh, I'm going to short Tesla. At this point, it should not be conceded that it also works in the other direction. If the Musk empire gains another 10% in value, we lose half our stake. Very important, and I'm glad Daniel pointed this out. Makes it a little bit less of a compelling bet, right? After all, the spectacle ends with a total loss for us after the price increases of 20%. So there you go. If Tesla goes up 20%, you lose all of your capital, aka your weapon. You know, trying to bring Elon to his knees. If Tesla stock just gains 20%, you're done. You lose all your capital. Relatively dangerous, isn't it? The upward trend seems broken. The banks implement our attack on Tesla by short selling Tesla shares. BNP alone offers more than 100 such turbo shorts on Tesla. Now, I'm guessing BNP is a bank there, something along those, I don't know, maybe like that. I think that they're referring to a particular product. Maybe it's like put options. I don't know exactly what's going on here because of the translation. But again, the gist here is you can short Tesla and you can make enormous returns if the stock goes down. The Tesla share price has already dropped a lot comparing to its high. So just want to ask the question. Would that be the opportune time to short Tesla stock? Just asking if it's already come back a bit, just asking the question. But it has also recovered again and again. The analysis of the price chart could show the upward trend is broken. A stock like that is stuck. Maybe a good time, aka to short, especially since the mood in the markets is turning in favor of the old automakers. And now there's some more numbers in terms of if you use this product or short whatever, these are the kind of returns you can get. Now I apologize for the lack of translation there. I know it got a little bit messy, but you guys get the general gist here. This Muppet is telling people that he personally believes that shorting Tesla is probably a good idea and providing people very explicit instructions on the exact thing that you need to do, the exact product you need to do, how much you can make, and of course, how much you can also lose, but we don't emphasize that too much. Now, I just really want you guys to take a moment to just let the insanity of this sink in. This is a mainstream publication with the title, How to Bet Against Elon Musk, moronic in itself, then instructing people how to short the company and drawing insane comparisons between the valuation of Daimler, a static company that's not showing any growth, that has no credibility in terms of electric vehicles whatsoever, versus Tesla. It's so bizarre, and people are going to lose so much money. Now, I just have to ask the question, why would this person publish this article? Did Daniel get a tap on the shoulder from the bosses? Go, hey Daniel, mate, look, we need you to write this article that's a little bit rough on Tesla, otherwise you don't have a job. And Daniel goes, oh my god, okay. Or, I don't know, did a big bag of cash turn up in Daniel's house one day? I'm just asking the question. Or maybe does Daniel have some ties, a few friends in high places at some of these German automotive companies? Or is it even possible that Daniel's just actually a fucking moron and thinks it's a legitimately good idea to short Tesla stock, which is also possible. And again, I'm not hating on the guy. I'm just pointing out this is not going to age well. This is not going to end well. And anyone who shorts Tesla at this point in time, bar a few exceptions, is probably going to end up losing an enormous amount of their initial capital, if not all of it. And I can't let this slide. I'd really love to know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. What's going on? Like, seriously, why did this article appear? Who did it come from? Where was the origin? Was it an automotive company in Germany? Was there some personal relationship involved there? Is Daniel actually a genius investor and I'm going to look like a fool in a few months' time when it turns out that shorting Tesla was the best thing you could possibly do with your money right now? Is it part of a coordinated attack against Tesla? Or is it just a coincidence? In short, what the f*** is going on? I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Yes, even you, Daniel Moron. And don't forget, if you'd like up to $250 in free crypto bonuses with BlockFi, use the link in the description. You can also get 2 free stocks with WeBull and a free stock with Stake, also linked in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.